All right. All right. First and foremost, as always, we give all praise, all honor, and all glory unto Yahuwah, Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right. This is the brother Pagaya Allah Banashar of the Sicarii Toronto sect. Joining me today, Officer Nakawam of Sicarii Philadelphia. All right. And Soldier Priest of War of Sicarii Toronto as well.
We live?
Nah, we're recording, bro. Because I knew it's our first time. You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna this is a little practice run for future Shabbat classes. That's the goal, right? And also just random through the spirit classes as the spirit moves us. But certainly we're gonna try to do every Shabbat a class, right? And that's not for brothers and sisters that are gonna be watching this later. Shabbat in the Sicarii, we observe the new moon lunar Shabbat, right? So it's not going to be every single Friday and Saturday. You know what I'm saying at this point in this juncture, the Shabbat is Thursday evening to Friday evening. So for this month, that will be when we do these classes, Lord willing, Yahuwah Ratazah, of course. All right. But this is just a practice run. I'm not familiar with StreamYard too well, operating it like this. So this is just a little practice run. Lord willing, it goes good through the spirit. All right. All right, so just gonna go into a little video that I'd seen a few days ago. You know what I'm saying? And Baba Kusha Nakawam, hold Sirach 39 and 1. All right. A war. If you could hold Revelation 9 and 12. Okay.
You said what? Sirach 39 and 1?
All right. And then somebody, and either one of you, whichever one, just hold Isaiah 9 and 5 as well.
All right, I'm gonna get Isaiah 2.
All right. So this video, let me share my screen real quick. Right. So the video is entitled "Simulation of a Nuclear Blast in a Major City." All right. Because we know and understand through the scriptures, mainly through the prophecy, that nuclear destruction is gonna come to America, Babylon, man. All right, it's coming. It's written in the prophecy, and sure as the prophecy is written that we would go into slavery and captivity, and that happened, we understand and we are aware that this prophecy of nuclear destruction on this place that we're in captivity in is also coming.
That's right.
Right? So give me that in Sirach, Baba Kusha, officer.
Khan, this is book of Sirach, chapter 39 and 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient.
Right, go ahead.
And be occupied in prophecies.
And be occupied in what?
Prophecies.
Be occupied in prophecy. And this, as men of the Lord, right, and as followers of Yahuwah Ba'ashem Yahushai, we need to be occupied in prophecy, man, so we can know where we're standing at and what's coming. All right. So that's the importance of being in occupied in prophecy, man, and watching. We're supposed to be watchmen, right, as the scriptures say. So we're supposed to be reading the scriptures, occupied in the prophecy, and watching as all these things unfold in the earth. Hey, man, 2020 has been a doozy, man. Prophecy coming to pass like crazy. Okay, but
I have a precept.
Go ahead.
Because all of the men of the Heavenly Father is gonna have that spirit to prophesy. Matter of fact, I got two precepts. So got two precepts. This is Amos 3 and 8. It says the lion hath warred, who will not fear? The Lord Yahuwah hath spoken, who can but prophesy? So the Most High has spoken. Who can but prophesy? And how has the Lord spoken? Through the Bible, through the word. So we have to be engulfing ourselves in these prophecies so that we can have the ability to prophesy.
Right.
And having that ability to prophesy is having the spirit of Yahuwah in us.
That's right.
Go ahead and get that. This is Revelation chapter 19 and verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that had the testimony of Yahuwah, worship Yahweh. For the testimony of Yahuwah is the spirit of prophecy. So if you have the testimony of Yahuwah, you're gonna have that spirit of prophecy in you. So you're gonna be prophesying, and you're not gonna hold back. Just like when you read in Jeremiah, I believe it's chapter 20. Jeremiah, he was fed up. He didn't feel like prophesying anymore. But he said that the word of the Heavenly Father was in his bones, and he just couldn't keep it in.
Right. And the funny thing is, see, you got this cult called Christianity. But these people don't ever go into this kind of prophecy, man. They don't go into these prophecies. But y'all are supposed to be Christians. The scripture just said the spirit of Hamashiach, of Jesus Christ, is the spirit of prophecy, man. You got to be prophesying. You got to be going into these prophecies. But the Lord is not dealing with that cult, man. The Lord is not dealing with no Christian church. So they're not privy, and the Lord hasn't opened their eyes to the dark sayings and the prophecies that are written in the scriptures, man.
That's right.
You know? But this particular prophecy that we're about to go into, it's an important prophecy to go into because, matter of fact, let me just get this right off the bat. 2 Corinthians 5:11, it says, knowing therefore the terror of Yahuwah, right? This, what we're about to watch in this video is a terrifying thing, man. You're gonna see this video, and it would be a terrifying thing to be caught up in what's about to be shown in this video, right? Knowing therefore the terror of Yahuwah, we persuade men, right? And this is how we are to persuade men, by the fear of the judgment that's coming upon this place, man. Right? Through that fear, we change people's lives, man. Quick little testimony, right? The brother priest of war, right? The soldier. I met the brother while I was doing flyers at a mall, right? I was at a library. I was in between the mall and the library. He was at that moment. He was at the mall, basically holding camp on his own. And when I asked him, like, I'm like, damn, y'all, you were holding camp over there on your own. And what did you tell me, War?
So like, yeah, I don't remember what I said, but I was in the mall. I was in the mall trying to wake up them brothers and sisters. But I was watching the Watchmen, and they're always getting on you, saying, yo, you gotta, once you know this truth, man, you gotta go out there and teach. Most High's gonna destroy you.
Exactly. That stuck with me because I'm like, the brother. This is exactly what he said to me. He said, yeah, I was watching the Watchmen. Shout out to those brothers. I was watching the Watchmen. And they continuously said, if you know this truth and you don't go out, the Lord is going to kill you, man. And see how that worked? The fear of being killed by Yahuwah, the Most High, drove this brother to go and hold camp on his own, basically bidding to the marriage on his own, man. And this is why we go into these prophecies and this destruction and this judgment, because see the effect that it has? How it wakes up brothers, right? Now, of course, that's not the only way to wake brothers up, right? But it's an effective tool. Fear is an effective tool to move people to do certain things. You got a point, soldier?
I just wanted to bring a precept on that point that you're making. But the fear of the Most High. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 5 verse 7. It says, "Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of Yahuwah come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance."
See that? Matter of fact, I got one right here too. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 1, verse 21. It says, "The fear of Yahuwah driveth away sins, and where it is present, it turneth away wrath." Right? So being in fear of Yahuwah, true fear, which ties in with faith and belief. Because if you, like, as an example, right? If your mother or your father said, "Do this, or I'm gonna whoop your ass," and you truly believe and have faith that they are going to whoop your ass, you're gonna do what they told you to do if you truly fear them and believe them. All right. But the point I'm trying to make is it's important to go into this kind of prophecy because it instills that fear, which, as the brother is an example, changes, pushes brothers to change their lives. All right. So this particular prophecy is dealing with that we're about to go into is dealing with these nuclear missiles that are prophesied to destroy America, man. All right. Give me that revelation, Baba Kusha.
Con. It's a Revelation chapter 9 and verse 12. It says, "One woe is past,
One woe is past." This is dealing with world war, right? The first world war has passed. Go ahead.
And behold, there come two woes more hereafter.
Two more woes were to come after, right? Now the second world war has passed, so that means we are on the heels of the third world war, and it's not hard to see in the geopolitics that's going on right now on this earth. It's not hard to see that this war is getting ready to pop off real soon, man. You know, people aren't scared of America no more, right? These other nations, they're not scared like that no more, man. Scripture says roughly paraphrasing, let the weak say I am strong. You know?
And Shalakia, Chief said that Iran, when Donald Trump had called the COVID-19, that they were praying to their God that Donald Trump stays alive because they want Donald Trump to stay in office. They don't want Joe Biden to stay in office or to get elected, rather.
Hey, and the Israelites feel the same way.
Right.
We want more Trump.
Okay? We want Trump.
We want all the Trump we can get, huh? Okay? But bring that out in Isaiah, Baba Kusha.
Con. This is Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood.
Right, so these past woes, right, the first woe, the second woe, were with confused noise, man. Every war prior to that was confused noise. Swords, these world wars with guns and bombs and grenades and tanks and helicopters, right? And people bleeding and dying out from bloodshed, right? Go ahead.
But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
But this woe that's coming up is not going to be like that, man. All that's going to be is just fire. Fire raining from heaven via thermonuclear missiles, man. That's the woe that's coming, man. So we're about to watch this demonstration, right? Simulation of a nuclear blast in a major city. Understand this. When this happens, when this prophecy comes to pass, it's not going to be one single bomb in one singular city. It's going to be the entirety of the Americas being pelted with thousands upon thousands of nuclear missiles, man. Okay? So without further ado, let's just get right into this video. All right.
Imagine for a moment the unimaginable happened. A major city is hit by a nuclear weapon. Now, no number could account for all the devastation that would result. But we can put a number on the deaths. At least we can make an educated guess based on our understanding of what nuclear blasts do to city structures and people. We'll assume the bomb is detonated in the air to maximize the radius of impact, as was done in Japan in 1945. But here we'll use an 800 kiloton warhead, a relatively large bomb in today's arsenals, and 100 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Upon detonation, a fireball as hot as the sun would expand to a radius of 800 meters. Those near the blast would be vaporized. And within a 2-kilometer radius, all buildings would likely be destroyed. And we'll assume that virtually no one survives inside this area, which, based on population density, would start the death tally at 120,000 people.
All right, so there you have it, right? One bomb, one city, just off the initial impact, 120,000 killed. Now, I got to stress once again, this is showing one bomb, one city. According to the scriptures, thousands upon thousands of missiles are going to destroy this place, man. All right, so give me Revelation 17 and 16, right? Because we got to understand, the enemies of America are going to shoot their missiles at America, right? But also, it's prophesied that the allies of America will turn against America and shoot their missiles at them as well. So somebody give me Revelation 17 and 16.
All right, Khan. This is Revelation chapter 17 and verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast.
Right, the 10 horns which are upon the beast. These are the allies of America. Right, go ahead.
These shall hate the whore.
And we see this taking place now, where certain allies, not exactly the ones that the 10 horns exactly per se, but you see a nation like Turkey now siding with Russia and China. This process has already begun, where nations are starting to turn against America. All right, go ahead.
Salakia, just to add, earlier this year, you had Britain leaving the EU, Brexit, which the same nations that are in NATO are the same nations that is in the EU, and the main reason why Britain wanted out of the EU is because America just want to start all these wars.
Right.
And not everybody. You see, you have different kinds of or types of Edomites, and the American Edomite in particular, which really came out of Britain, because in Revelation, I believe it's the same chapter, it says that the 8th has sprang out of the 7th. But not every Edomite want to go to war, but America just love going to war. So Britain said, we're not trying to be a part of that, so they left.
That's right. The American Edomite is a special Edomite, man, and it's an especially proud, demonic Edomite, man.
Khan.
Okay, but Slaki, go ahead.
Khan, starting at the top, Revelation chapter 17 verse 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
And burn her with fire, man. So it's not only the enemies of America that are going to shoot their missiles, it's the allies are going to turn against America and fire their missiles as well. All right. So it's not just going to be like this. Like this devil is trying to demonstrate one missile, one city. It's not just going to be one missile, one city. It probably won't even be one missile per city. It'll probably be a few missiles per city.
Right.
All right. And you're going to see he's going to go into the aftermath and the fallout and people. There's not going to be none of that. There's not going to be nobody surviving after all these missiles hit, man. And we're going to get into that.
If you need it, a while ago, me and a soldier over here in Philly, we had did a video on the different type of missiles that these different nations carry, or these different nations possess. And I still have it here.
Yeah.
And so, the spirit allows it, go into some of these missiles afterwards.
This devil's gonna go into the new missiles.
Go
into the new missiles. Okay. Give me Revelation 9 and 12. We're gonna read from 19.
All right. This is Revelation chapter 9, verse 12. One woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter.
Right, go ahead.
And the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar, which is before the Most High,
right,
saying to the 6th angel, which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men.
For to slay the third part of men. All right. So right here, it's telling you 120,000 killed initially. Like I said, it's not just going to be one bomb, one city. I got to keep stressing that. It's not just going to be one bomb, one city. It's going to be multiple bombs per city. All right. On every city. Right. Keep going.
Come on. And verse 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000.
Right. And let's go into the Greek on that. Let's go into the Greek on that, because there's a lot of misconceptions. The 200,000, when you understand that, that's 2 million, right? Now you got brothers that teach that it's literally going to be 2 million nuclear missiles hitting this place. That's incorrect. There's not even 2 million missiles on the earth, man. Every nation has a few thousand missiles. All right. So let's just get this word real quick. Share your screen. Right, or an infinite number, right? You can understand, right? Salaki, actually, let the devil read the word. I don't like trying to pronounce these words, man. Did it go? I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear nothing. I think you probably have to put your mic on for the website. I'm not sure how it works though.
All right, whatever. I'll read it. I'll try and read it. Right. So it's go scroll up. Scroll up.
You're muted, Doc.
Your mic is off.
Yo, Nakawam, you're mute.
Oh, Khan.
Oh, it was Nakawam's screen. Okay. I thought it was yours.
Oh, Khan, my bad. Salakia. Go ahead.
Strong's G 3461.
You hear it now?
Morias.
Yeah, Khan.
Morias.
Right, Morias, right?
Thayer's lexicon, related entry. This Morias.
Right, and it means 10,000 or indefinite number. And once again, you got to understand, John is getting this revelation, and he's seeing these missiles come down. He's not counting no 200 million, man. He just sees a gang of missiles flying. How are you going to count a bunch of missiles dropping down from the sky, man? He just sees a bunch of missiles, right? And once again, there's not even millions of missiles on the earth right now. Each nation has tens of thousands, maybe a couple thousand, okay? A war. Keep reading, Baba Bashar.
Khan, Revelation 9 and verse 16, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire.
Right, breastplates of fire, just like a missile, right? This is what he's seeing. Right, go ahead.
And of jacinth and brimstone.
Right.
And the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions.
As the heads of lions, right? Roaring through the sky. When you understand these missiles, the system that propels them eventually comes apart and opens up, right? That's what it's dealing with. Go ahead.
Khan, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone.
See that? Go ahead.
By these three was the third part of men killed. By the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which had issued out of their mouths.
Read.
For their power is in their mouth and in their tails. For their tails were like unto serpents and had heads, and with them they do hurt.
Right? Their tails, they like a serpent flying through the sky. This is what he's seeing. This is how his best that he could describe it. Right? So let's keep this playing. All right.
As you move further away from ground zero, estimating depth becomes more complicated. From as far away as 11 kilometers, the radiant heat from the blast would be strong enough to cause third-degree burns on exposed skin. And as you get closer to the blast, the heat becomes so intense that clothing, even skin, would ignite into flames.
See that? The closer you are to that blast, clothing, even skin, will ignite into flames. Baba Kusha, give me Zechariah 14 and 12.
Come on. This is Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought.
This shall be the plague, that he will smite all the people. Go ahead.
Khan, that Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
Right, read.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
See this? See these people right here? They're standing upon their feet, and they are on fire. And this was prophesied thousands of years before this technology even existed, man. But the Bible's not real, though. Right? Go ahead.
Khan, their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
Right, read.
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
Right, their eye. These like, if you were zooming in on these people, their eyes would be burning up in their eye sockets. Go ahead.
And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
Right. See that? This is the plague that is coming, man. And this is what you need to fear being caught up in. Right?
Hey, Salaki, matter of fact, I have a picture. If I don't know if you brothers seen Terminator.
Con.
I haven't watched it.
That's it. You always bring that up. Yeah, let me share your screen.
Con. Terminator. Listen, bro. If you was to see that movie, it just described Zechariah 14 and 12 just described what happened
to
that chick to a T. Which, by the way, that missile was sent by Russia when you watch that movie.
Right.
So these elites, which is called predictive programming, already knows how World War III is going to play out and who's going to be in it.
Because who runs Hollywood? Amalek, man.
Exactly.
Which are the elites. Your Rothschilds, your all these people, and they know and understand what's going on, man. These low-level Edomites don't know, but them high-level Edomites, they know what's coming.
Khan. So Lakia, I got a precept for that. I don't know if you got it. You got it. Isaiah 54 and 16.
Yeah, that's coming up just now. That's coming up.
All right, Con.
Damn. Oh, damn, bro.
Pull up the clip. Try to pull up the clip.
Okay, Con, let me see.
You might have to go to YouTube.
Con. Try to pull this up because this definitely needs to be seen right here.
Right. Because those little fake stick people, that's not scary enough, man. Y'all need to see what was really going to happen.
And two. Okay, here we go. Fire scene. I think this should be it. Bam, here we go. All praises.
Look.
Man, look at that. Look at that.
Look at that. Woo. This is what's coming, man. See that? All praise to the Most High, man. All praise to the Most. See this?
That's how it's going to be. Matter of fact, 2nd Ezra's, the 9th chapter, talks about how our people that loathe the Most High law shall know it by death, by pain.
Right, we're going to get that.
And this is the death by pain that it's talking about. This fire.
See that? Look at that. On fire and vaporized. Burned to a crisp.
Gone.
Okay? This is what's coming to America, man. And this is why you blacks and Hispanics and you natives got to turn back to Yahuwah Ba'ashem Yahushai, man.
That's right.
To the law, statutes, and commandments and faith. Okay? Let's keep going.
That said, most people in the city would be indoors or otherwise sheltered from direct exposure. But the very structures that offered this protection
I'm gonna skip this part because
cause of injury.
I'm gonna skip this because he's, like I said, he's gonna go on about how the aftermath and the fallout and all this stuff. There's not gonna be none of that once again.
That's right.
There's gonna be so many of these missiles hitting that there's literally gonna be nothing left and no one left. Okay, so I'm just gonna skip to. Brothers want to go and watch this later yourselves. Y'all can do that. I'm not trying to hear all this shit. That's not even gonna happen.
You're the only aftermath after that is us going around the whole earth, putting the rest of these nations in chains. That's the aftermath.
There you go. America will not have an aftermath. America will be a perpetual lake of fire, as it is written, man.
Yeah, matter of fact, I can go ahead and
Bring that up.
yeah, con. It's Isaiah the 13th chapter, one of my favorite chapters in the whole Bible. Isaiah 13, because I just love when the Bible is talking about the death and destruction of America.
That's right.
This is Isaiah 13, and I'm gonna start at verse 19. It says, Babylon, the glory of the kingdoms, or glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And this proves that this isn't talking about ancient Babylon, this verse right here, because ancient Babylon didn't go out in a huge fashion. When you read in the history, it wasn't no big explosion or whatnot. When you read in the history, the king they was throwing a little party, or they got drunk, and then King Darius and King Cyrus just came up in there and just killed them. That's it. Verse 20, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. And this is reiterated in the book of Revelation, the 18th chapter. And Revelation 18 is talking about modern day Babylon. So that just further proves that this isn't talking about ancient Babylon. But the point, it says it shall never be inhabited.
That's right.
This place is not going to be inhabited anymore. It ain't going to be no so-called white person crawling up from under a rock with his face all black and whatnot, and he looking around like, oh damn, I made it. No, ain't gonna be none of that.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep it going.
Technologies emerging that may give one side a considerable strategic advantage. In part because technologies emerging that may give one side a considerable strategic advantage, notably hypersonic weapons.
See, this is going into what you were bringing out earlier. These missiles aren't the same missiles that hit Hiroshima in Japan, man. These are some next level missiles that are being developed, man. You want to bring something out that you had from the prior lesson?
Oh yeah, which is so crazy. It has India on there, which India is the first missile that's on her on my list. So, the missile is called Agni. All right, Agni 5 says it's the most advanced ICBM missile. Okay, and when you read in Revelation 18, it says that America shall be destroyed within 1 hour. Right. So the speed of this is over 29,600 kilometers. So do you know how fast that is? This missile can get over to America in at least 30 minutes.
That's right.
30 minutes. And then the second missile that is on here is from the Gooks, which Moab, they have a missile called Moab too.
So like you can keep going, just give me one moment.
And also that missile that the Chinese has is called the Dongfeng 41. The Dongfeng 41. And it says it can target any part of the US. Any part of the US, this missile can hit. So no matter what state it's the furthest away from China, this missile can hit it. The Dongfeng 41. All right, any part of the US. And guess what? The speed is 30,626 kilometers per hour. It can reach America in 30 minutes. So just picture all these missiles being able to reach America in 30 minutes. And like we say all the time, the Bible always speaks in hyperbole or hyperbole, which is just exaggerating statements. So who knows? America could be destroyed in less than an hour. Not saying definite, but we know how the Bible is because so-called Black and Hispanic men wrote it, and we exaggerate a lot. So who knows? It could be less than an hour because it was his brother at camp that came up to us last week Thursday. No, it was the week before, and he said that some nation, I forgot who it was, that they created a missile that can reach over there in 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So the Lord is not tarrying to destroy this place at all, right? And then I want to expound on this missile right here. It's from the Russians, which the reason why NATO was even formed was to battle against Russia, the USSR. That's the only reason why NATO was formed, to protect itself against NATO, which really in reality was to protect America against Russia, because America is the head of NATO, right? And it's the R36M2 series of ICBM, and it can carry 10 different warheads, and it can target multiple locations. So this missile right here, it can target Philly if it wants to, New York, DC, Virginia, and Baltimore at the same exact time. Hey, just
and see, Salakia, that's what in Revelation it was saying. The mouth of a lion is opening up wide, and fire and brimstone coming out of it. That's what it's opening up, and these different missiles are coming out in different directions.
You see that? Hey, just like Future say, at the same damn time. And America, it tells you in Jeremiah, I believe it's 51. It says that we would have healed Babylon, but she cannot be healed. And one healing, one thing that's used to heal people from a scab or wound or whatever is balm, which is mentioned in Jeremiah. And one of those bombs that America not bomb, but a bomb, which is something used to heal, was their missile defense system, which America spent $11.5 billion on a defense system that's not going to work, because it tells you in Joel, the 2nd chapter, that when the missiles fall upon the wall, it won't break. So America spent $11.5 billion for no reason at all. So the Most High, Yahuwah, he really wants to destroy America for its sins, for what is done to the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native, and similar Indians. The Most High is avenging us. He's going to avenge our blood, because leave it up to our people, we will never be avenged. You got a precept, brother?
Khan, to add on to what you're saying about it may be less than an hour, it's really just going to be a moment, because the Most High really isn't playing on how quickly he's getting ready to destroy this place. So Isaiah 26:20 says, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers."
Right, and the chamber is dealing with the chariots. Okay, enter into thy chambers, because while the nukes is being sent to America, simultaneously the elect, the 144,130 is going to be getting beamed up on the chariot. It tells you that also in 1 Thessalonians, the 4th chapter. Go ahead.
Khan, and Wisdom of Solomon 5.
Khan, yep.
Right. And shut thy doors about thee, hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed.
And what's that indignation? That's the nuclear destruction. And that's similar to what the Most High had when he had Noah build the ark. That was the chamber that he was in, and it's going to be the same way this time around, except it just ain't going to be 8 people. It's going to be 144,000 plus the 1/3. They're going to be hiding themselves in that chamber, which is the chariot, and Lord willing, we're the men. We're going to be looking down. We're going to be seeing America just obliterated, man. Okay, because also it's not just the nukes. You got different gas stations in America, so that's going to go off as well. Oh, volcanoes going to be erupted as well. That's what the lake of fire. That's the lake of fire. That's why John saw the lake of fire, because when we're standing up, see, when you're when you're on a plane, right, and you're looking down from out the window, what do you see? A huge body of water when you're over a sea or whatever. So that's the same concept is going to be when the nukes there, when the electric's all the way up into the atmosphere, they're going to be looking down. It's going to be like, damn, it's going to be like a stream of fire. It's going to just look like a whole lake, a whole river.
Come on, man. Somebody get me Isaiah 54:16. You see, it says they're developing hypersonic missiles. Now, the developers are spoken of in the scriptures, man. Those who are developing, these scientists that are developing these weapons, are spoken of in the scriptures. All right.
Come. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals.
I have created the smith that bloweth the coals. We call them scientists. We call them weapon system developers. The Lord, the prophet Isaiah, through the Spirit, he called them the smiths. Okay, go ahead.
Come. So behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy.
See that? He has created the waster to destroy, man. And these smiths are creating the instrument for this work of destruction, and it's for Babylon, America, man. Okay?
Want me to go in to that word smith?
Yeah, Khan, go ahead, Khan.
So this is the Hebrew word for smith. All right, here we go. Hebrew word karash, and let's see what it say. So the smith, it says skillful workman. You keep on going down here. It says skillful to destroy. So these nations, they are skillful to destroy these missiles that they have created. It is skillful to destroy. You want me to bring that out in Zechariah 1?
Khan, that was the next precept I had lined up.
Okay, gone. You want to read it?
Khan, let me just get this point real quick, because you see these nations that are listed right here, right? More specifically, China, India, Russia, right? These major enemies of America, man. And these are also foretold in the scripture, man. In Zechariah, the 1st chapter. All right, you can go ahead and read that.
This is Zechariah 1:18. It says, then lifted up mine eyes and saw, and behold, 4 horns.
4 horns. Go ahead.
And I said unto the angel that talked with me, what be these?
What are these? Right, read.
And he answered me, these are the horns which have scattered Judah, Israel, and Jerusalem.
These are the horns that scattered the nation of Israel, the children of Israel, man. Right? And when you do understand and you go into the breakdown of that, that's dealing with America, France, England, and Spain, man. These are the people that scattered us. Right, read?
Verse 20. And Yahuwah shewed me 4 carpenters.
4 carpenters now, right? And when you understand, you go into it, the 4 horns represents an altar, right? Now, there's an altar and there's 4 carpenters coming. What are they going to come do to this altar? Right, read?
Verse 21. Then said I, what come these to do? And he spake, saying, these are the horns which have scattered Judah, so that no man did lift up his head. But these are come to fray them.
These are come to fray them, right? To destroy them, to dismantle this altar. Right, read?
To cast out the horns of the Gentiles.
To cast out the horn of the Gentiles. To cast out the strength of the Gentiles, which is America. Right, read?
Which lifted up their horn over the land of Judah to scatter it.
Right, and these are the horn. These are the carpenters, man. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and Brazil is also included in that, man. That's called the BRIC Alliance. Okay. Let's keep this video going.
Yeah, and also we can go into the word for carpenter. It's the same Hebrew word for smith, karash. So that's just further expound or tell you, yeah, come on, bro. It lines right up. The Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, man.
Yeah.
And they talk about this Bible is fake. You don't have this. You don't have this in the Quran. You can't show it. You can't show this to us in the book of the dead,
right?
Or the Glimis Amelgagis, whatever the hell it's called.
Whatever, man. All that madness. Ain't nothing on this planet that has this in it, man.
God.
And ain't no other people bringing it out like the Hebrew Israelites are bringing it out.
God,
you got people that use this right here. See that? The Bible, but they don't even understand what's going on, man. They don't know. You ask them what this is talking about, they could not tell you. But through the spirit and power of Yahuwah Shem Yahushai, these things have been revealed unto his servants, the prophets, man. Right? But let's keep this video going.
Current nuclear missiles travel around the Earth at high altitudes, making them visible by radar earlier in their flight. Now, some hypersonic vehicles travel close to the Earth, through the atmosphere, at least 5 times the speed of sound, giving defending countries far less time to react.
And see that? Like the brother went into, these missiles are not the same missiles, man, that everybody's used to understanding. These missiles are hypersonic. They travel much faster. They will get to America so fast, and see how it travels low that the radar can't even pick it up, that they won't even have time to retaliate. They won't have time to do countermeasures. You know what I'm saying? There's not going to be no time to do none of that. They're just going to get destroyed. Okay? Get me Revelation 18:8.
Con, I got it. And that's just to say, Salakia, that's just a coward, such a coward thing to do from Esau, because all the elites that own the corporations and the Rothschilds who got their banks, they're gonna be in their bunkers on the east side of the world. Meanwhile, all these people they have over here in America sinning and going off to face the destruction, they're just gonna get wiped out while these guys are just over there chilling.
That's right.
Yo, you know what's so crazy about that? That goes into what I was saying earlier when you had left. That proves that that America's missile defense system is going to fail because of the speed of those missiles. They're not even going to detect it. It's not going to be on their radar, just like the video just said.
Right.
Meaning what? Their missile defense system is not going to be able to try and intercept the missile or none of those things.
And also how much of a low altitude these missiles fly at. The radar tries to pick things up higher up. This thing's flying so low that the radar is not able to pick it up until it's right on top of you, and by then it's too late, man. Too late to get into a bunker. Too late to shoot the counter missiles. Too late to do any of that.
Hey, you can't even shoot a counter missile at a low altitude. You're gonna destroy everyone anyways.
Exactly. These missiles explode. They don't hit the ground and explode. They explode at a certain altitude, man, to get maximum destruction, like the beginning of the video said. Yeah, but bring that out.
This is Revelation chapter 18 and verse. You want me to start at 18?
8.
Oh, 8. Salakia. Verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day.
And Salakia, we read what the plague is, right? Zechariah said this is the plague, right? Where people are gonna burn while they're standing. Eye sockets burning out of the eyes burning out of their sockets, tongue burning out of their mouth. Right, read?
Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire.
And she shall be utterly burned with fire. Read.
For strong is the Most High Power who judgeth her.
Right, Yahuwah is strong, man, who judges her. Go ahead.
And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and live deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see her, the smoke of her burning.
Go ahead.
Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for 1 hour is thy judgment come.
That great city, that great nation, Babylon, man, America. In 1 hour is thy judgment come. Because think about it. It takes about approximately 30 minutes for one missile to get there. So now if you're launching thousands of missiles, the first one's going to get there in 30 minutes. The last one is going to get there how long, right? And like the brother said, Jake speaks in hyperbole, man. You know, it could be anywhere between an hour and a half, an hour 45. You know what I mean? But yeah, you could go to 18 now.
Come on. Verse 18.
17.
Come on, verse 17. For in 1 hour so great riches has come to naught.
So in 1 hour, this great rich nation is become nothing, man. And that's going into what we were saying earlier. There's not going to be no aftermath. It's literally going to be nothing but fire over here. Okay, go ahead.
Come on. For in 1 hour so great riches has come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city?
Right.
And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, the great city wherein we were made rich, all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate.
Once again, 1 hour, man. That's all it's gonna take. And nothing can do that other than thermonuclear missiles, man. You got idiots out here that talk about missiles aren't in the scriptures. What else can destroy a nation like this, as vast as America, other than thousands of nuclear missiles pelting it, man? Right? Go ahead.
Shalakia. And what other place? What other country in this world is other nations getting rich off of? This talking about the Vatican City? This is talking about East Saudi Arabia? Bro, it can't be, bro.
Ridiculous.
People not getting rich off of Saudi Arabia? Come on, man.
Retarded is the only word.
Come on.
Right? But go ahead.
Come. Verse 20. Rejoice over her, though heaven and ye holy apostles and prophets.
And that's who's gonna be rejoicing, man. That's who's gonna be rejoicing over this whore, this disgusting piece of garbage empire being utterly burned with fire, man. All these other people in these other nations are gonna be crying because this is how they got rich. This is how they ate. Just dealing with those sewer rats, those fake rats out there in Israel, getting $10 billion in a year. Imagine how they're gonna be wailing and their protector. Not only do they give them money, they protect them. When they see that place be destroyed, imagine how they're going to be wailing, and they know what's up right after that. Not to mention all these other smaller nations that receive funds from America and get rich off America. Right? Go ahead.
Rejoice over her, though heaven and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her.
And the prophets are going to be avenged. And who are the prophets? The children of Israel, man. They're Israelites. It's not a multi-ethnic church, man. It's Israelites are the prophets. Always have been and always will be. Right? Go ahead.
Salaki, verse 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea,
right?
Saying thus, with violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down and shall be found no more at all.
No more at all, man. There's not going to be like the officer brought out. There's not going to be a devil hop coming out of a damn bunker, surviving. There's going to be nothing at all over here, right? All right, let's keep this going.
Remember that some of the most perilous moments during the Cold War occurred when countries maneuvered to reduce their opponent's reaction time. And the less time countries have to react, the more likely an accident will occur, or a rash judgment. And then you have smaller nukes that blur the line between conventional and nuclear weapons. providing a more slippery path to nuclear escalation. Now, for ordinary citizens, nuclear weapon policy may seem like a complex, even intimidating topic. But leaders often consider public perceptions when making policy. In many countries, voter opinion is an important factor. Whether you believe nuclear weapons have made the world safer or more dangerous, both sides generally agree that the bomb brings an unparalleled risk, and that there are things we can do to reduce the risk, like minimizing how many countries get the bomb, or scaling back Cold War arsenals, or stabilizing technology races, or pledging to never be the first one to strike. Such ideas have often resulted in signed treaties, some of which have held for decades. Some are at risk of expiring, and some just need a final push to become activated. By being steadfast in these efforts and not walking away from diplomatic...
And see that, and that's hilarious to me, because what treaty has this white man ever upheld, man? What treaty has this devil ever upheld, man? We're up here in Canada, right? These devils have treaties with these indigenous people, these natives, the tribe of Gad, and have never upheld a single treaty, man. Right? Give me that in Psalm 55.
Con. This is Psalm chapter 55 and verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Right? These treaties are supposed to be peace treaties. That these nuclear missiles will never be shot at each other. We're just gonna have them. We're gonna be peaceful. We sign these treaties. He's gonna put forth his hands, man. Go ahead.
He hath broken his covenant.
And all these treaties are gonna be broken in that day, man. All these treaties that they signed to never shoot missiles and to not, and these enemies of America that have signed these treaties have been proven to not even be keeping these treaties as well, man. Mm-hmm. Iran's supposed to not be making missiles. You know they're making missiles, man.
Russia, as well. I think back in like 2018, was it? Yeah, I think it was back in 2018. Trump canceled that NFC treaty that they had with Russia because they were claiming that Russia was still making missiles and testing it behind closed doors, and then Russia was turning around and blaming America for them doing on the same thing.
And these are just Edomites being Edomites and doing what they do, not keeping treaties, being bastards and rats.
Right.
But go ahead.
Con. He hath broken his covenant. Verse 21, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Yeah, smoother than butter. We won't shoot unless we get shot at first. All right, we're not gonna develop no more missiles. Right? Go ahead.
But war was in his heart.
But war is in the heart of the white man, because that's what he was made to do and made to be. A warring animal, man. A bloodthirsty animal. Go ahead.
His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
And the scriptures speak about my sword shall be bathed in heaven, talking about that missile, man. And that's that missile that he's going to draw on that last day. All right? So that's it for this video. Let me read. Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the whole video. Oh, my bad. So
no. This video I'm showing.
Okay, come.
Right, but let me bring this out once again, because once again we bring this out to once again instill fear in our people in hopes that they will turn to Yahuwah, man. They will turn back to these law, statutes, and commandments and faith in Yahuwah Shai Mashiach. This is why we bring this out. This is why we go into these prophecies. Okay, right. This is the book of Sirach once again, chapter 1, verse 21. The fear of Yahuwah driveth away sins. So if you fear the judgment that Yahuwah has prescribed on America, you will separate from America and come back to your true heritage and culture and identity as a Hebrew Israelite that follows the laws and has faith in his king, Yahuwah Shai. All right? The fear of the Lord driveth away sins, and where it is present, it turneth away wrath. That's what's going to turn away the wrath, your fear of the Lord, your obedience of the Lord, man. And the last scripture I want to bring on, unless brothers got precepts, that 2nd Ezra 9, man. Someone could get that.
You know what's so crazy about that? Obedience. What does Samuel tell King Saul? obedience is better than sacrifice.
That's
So
right.
it's better to obey the Heavenly Father than rather to be a part of that great sacrifice, which I think that's in Isaiah 34, a great sacrifice in Basra, like you brought up with the altar.
Gone.
Hey, you got 2/3 of our people, they rather be a sacrifice, so they're gonna be that sacrifice because they want to obey.
That's right. Hey, you got that? Somebody got that? Start at 7.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works,
And everyone that shall be saved and escape by his works and
by faith.
Works and faith. You idiot Christians always try to come at us because we stress the law, right? Because our people are such dire need of the law, and act as if we negate the faith. We don't negate the faith.
Right.
If you have faith, you will do the works, as
Right.
it is written in James.
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils.
Shall be preserved from the said perils, right? These thermonuclear missiles are the perils that have been said. Jacob's trouble as well, right? Go ahead.
It shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
Right? And also dealing with after dismissals, after we get brought into the land, into the wilderness, and then into the land, and fight the remaining heathens, right? Go ahead.
Then, verse 9, then shall they be in a pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me.
Right, all these people prospering on in this world, man, and have not known Yahuwah. Right, go ahead.
And they that have loathed my law.
They that have what?
Loathed my law.
A Christian will never read this. This is one of many reasons the Christian will never go into the Apocrypha, man. This scripture right here. Go ahead.
While they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them,
which is what grace is your opportunity to come back to the Heavenly Father, man. Read.
Understood not, but despised it.
Which is what we see week in, week out at camp, when we're doing on our daily lives, just exhorting people. We see this daily, weekly, people not understanding what we're saying and despising it, man. What's the end of these people? Go ahead.
The same must know it after death by pain.
That's when you're going to know that those crazy niggas in spics on the corner, those crazy racist guys online, they were right, man. You're going to know it after you suffer that death, man, and that pain. That's when you're going to realize those Hebrew Israelites were telling the truth, man. Those Hebrew Israelites had the true understanding of the scriptures. Okay? That's all I got, man. If brothers got points, precepts, any of that, bring that out.
Yeah, and people always ask, which seal we're in. Well, we're in between the 5th and the 6th seal, which the 6th seal is dealing with the thermonuclear missiles, which I am about to read. This is Revelation chapter 6 and verse 12. And I beheld when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake. Which, what is this? Why is this great earthquake going to come to America, to the North Country? It's because of the thermonuclear missiles, which is reiterated 5 chapters later. This is Revelation 11 and 13. And the same hour, there was a great earthquake. See? What's that great earthquake going to be caused by? The thermonuclear missiles. And the 10th part of the city fell, which we can go into it. America is divided into 10 parts, which are dealing with the 10 FEMA zones or 10 FEMA camps, which as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and pull it up because Jake, you got to prove everything to Jake. 10. Here we go. All right, here we go. Is my screen shared?
There you go.
Okay, Con. So here we go right here. Let me just make it a little bigger. All right, boom. So you see the FEMA camps, and guess what? You see that? Boston 1, New York 2, 3, all right, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. These are 10 FEMA zones, which America is divided up into those zones. It says, in the 10th part of the city fell, which is dealing with America, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. And is that literally talking about 7,000 men being destroyed here in America? Because what is it, like billion or trillions of people or million people over here in America?
I believe it's like 200 million or something like that.
And you think only 7,000 people is going to die? Yeah, right. 7,000 men is dealing with a complete number of men.
Right.
Right. And it says, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the Most High of heaven. And that remnant is dealing with those who endured unto the end, are the chosen, that was read about in 2nd Ezra 9.
And see, and notice it says again, they were affrighted, they feared, right? They had that fear of the Most High. You see?
Keep going. Back in Revelation chapter 6 and verse 12, and I beheld when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth. And those are talking about the rulers of this earth, okay, mainly dealing with Babylon the Great. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, meaning that they were cast out of their rulership, because the stars is where? Stars is in heaven. Stars is high up or exalted, right? So all these people that are exalted in this society, they won't be casted out from that place, from the highest state. Even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind, and that mighty wind is going to be caused by our missiles. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together. And what is that dealing with? Mushroom cloud. And you read this in Isaiah 34. And every mountain and island removed out of their places. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. And what's that dealing with? Like the brothers kept expounding on. These underground bunkers, these space stations and whatnot. Which I did a video, Elon Musk talking about he wants he's calling everybody in the world to move to Mars to escape from what's that thing called again? That rock that they say that's going to destroy the whole earth. What's that called again? Meteorite or something like that?
Yeah, they call meteorites.
Something Nibiru or something like that.
Yeah, talking about meteorites going to escape America. Going to destroy the world. No, it's not. Okay, first and foremost, the whole world is not going to be destroyed. And second of all, ain't no meteorites going to destroy America. It's these thermonuclear missiles that's what's going to destroy America. Okay. Okay, count, my bad. So boom. And sit to the mountains and rocks. Fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. So these people are going to try to escape the destruction, but they ain't going to escape.
That's right, man. You see?
That's it.
Got anything more?
Just one in Jeremiah.
Go ahead.
Salakia. Right, showing you the contrast between Babylon, the virgin daughter of Babylon. Esau is the Edomites rule the new Babylon. They're the new rulers of Egypt, Sodom. So, Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 13. For I have sworn by myself, saith Yahuwah, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. Verse 17, and also Edom shall be a desolation, everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at the plagues thereof. as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Most High, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. So that's what the Most High is speaking about. The nuclear missiles are going to utterly destroy this place. That the Most High, these so-called white people are never going to be able to build up a city in this place anymore.
Exactly, man. When you deal with the modern day Edom, you know, people still go around there. People still live around there, man. The elder Matatwa went over there on a damn tourist vacation. He took pictures and all that.
Conan,
So it's clearly not talking about that place.
Amos said after the Edomites get destroyed, we're gonna take their land because Israel's gonna increase their borders.
Exactly.
So
Obadiah says the same thing.
right? So it can't be talking about Mount Seir.
All right.
All
right. So with that, we will, of course, as always, want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahuwah B'Shem Yahushai and Shalom.
Shalom.
Fire. Oh yeah.